Welcome y'all out there in Candyland, in the sizzle jizzle, in the separate town. Mississippi surviving this thing, and I gotta bring some products to you. I've been a little bit slacking. I gotta get back on the gizang. Now, saying that it's May, like I told you guys, if you got a product, make sure that product can do more than one thing. Make sure it can do multiple things. That way, it can help you in the jam. Like this item can cook and make fire, and they can wash dishes. I'm just saying in general. Make sure you can do multiple things and not just one single thing. You know, it'll help you out in the pinch. Now, this particular product, I'm gonna bring this product to you, but I'm gonna have this. Gonna be it's gonna be a twist, and there's gonna be a second part to this video actually, because I was upset, but it turned out good. It really did. So, without further addition, we are about to get down into this product right now. All right. The product I'm bringing to you guys today is the Van Basecamp outdoor system. This system is battery operated and it's a propane unit as well. It uses propane. Okay. All right. I didn't deal with the box because actually this particular unit, I had it for months and I didn't open it, which I should have, which I tell you guys not to do that, and I did that myself on this because I had so many items. I mean, I finally got to it and I opened it up. So I'm like, hey, it's open. Let's get it cracking. Okay. So again, this is a battery operated unit. It doesn't come fully assembled when you get the unit. This particular rack is a safety rack, and this does not come on the unit. You have to put this on the unit yourself. As you can see, it's screws here and a screw in the bottom, in the same way on the other side, one at the top, one at the bottom. The unit also has a safety fuse in the unit as well. It comes with the power brick, AC power brick, and I'm going to show you what that's for. So give me 1 second. Let me turn the unit a little bit more. So you see this side? Okay, cool. This book here is attached to this, and there's a lot of warning, instructions, and things of that nature. I'm going to leave that to you guys to read. This does not come on the unit as well. It comes with the unit, but not on the unit. You have to install this onto the unit yourself. It's really easy. There's nothing difficult about it. You can unscrew it right here with this wing nut, and this regulator will come out of the unit. Okay. This particular cord, which is the AC cord that I was showing you guys, it's got a red tip on it, so you can't mess this up. Okay. This is elementary. It's got a red tip on it. That's for your AC only. Then this one's a black one. This black one is for, you can see it on there. It says pump only. And you're saying, what pump? I'm going to show you in a minute. Just hold on. Just know that if you got red over here and black over here, that's totally wrong. And you about to blow up something. That's not right. Okay. Down here is your outlet hose, which goes to, I'm going to explain this cord to you now. This cord that's there. This is an outlet hose. These are together, really. And this line runs around in here. And this is the actual pump. And I got it in this pot for demonstrations, so I can show you what's cracking. This is the submergible water pump, and it's weighted so it stays down in the water and not float on the top. Now, you see it's vented out here, and it's the same on the other side. This side is just like the other side, vented on both sides. You don't want to put your hand here. It says clearly, hot surface, exhaust, attention surface. and then it goes into another language. They're just saying it's a hot surface. Don't put your hand there. That's what they're saying. This is extremely hot. And by the way, and make sure I say this. This unit is made for outside because it does carbon dioxide. For me, I light it inside because I open the door, or I make sure I'm getting vacuum exhaust out. I also turn on my vent hood and stuff like that sucks outside. Some people's vent hood just blows air. Mine sucks outside. So as long as you got some fresh air, you should be fine. Ain't like you want to be. I mean, for the little time that it's going to run, you understand? For the little time it's going to run, I think it's just not going to, for me, I don't think it's enough to really hurt you. I mean, you're going to run it long enough, take your shower, and you're done. Now, let's get to this. When I said it was battery operated, it's a battery in the unit. See, can I flip this over for you guys? Because I hate when people just tell me stuff and don't show it to me. And then I'll be like, what are you talking about? On the bottom here, there's a one screw. You unscrew that one screw and pull that device, pull that slide off, and under there is a battery. And that battery is attached to the inside, and that's the battery. That particular battery is the battery that charges right here. This charges that battery. That's what this AC brick is for. That brick is for nothing else but that. It's only to charge that battery that's inside, which is nothing but a little 6 or 12, like a 12-volt battery, something of that nature. Okay. Now, I'm gonna flip it a little bit more. Gotta excuse the camera work because I gotta move this thing where you can see it, and I have to do it in the kitchen. I can't do it in my actual room where I do my videos. I can't do it there because I'm dealing with water, of course, so I can't do it. Now, on the top, you'll see right here, you have your charging, which I got plugged up right now, so it is charging. Then you got burner. It says your burner. Then it says, that show underneath that is battery, low, medium, and flashing. And then here is your over temp. And then you can just turn this knob to desired where you need to turn it to, or whatever's most comfortable with you. Me, I turn it wide open and give me lots of heat. That's what I would prefer. This is your on and off. Now this thing is automatic, so when you turn on the on switch, it does everything. The igniter starts clicking, and the lights, and the fire flames up, and it starts getting hot. You're gonna notice immediate heat from your side. Now, this right here is the outlet of the water. The water comes through this outlet, out through here, through this long hose. See how long that hose is? That's a long hose. And up to here, through this shower head, is where it comes through it, okay? So we're going to do a demonstration on this, and then I'm going to explain to you why I was upset. And before I do that, also right here on the unit, trying to make sure you see this thing I'm turning. You see this? This is the flow rate of the water. If you want it strong or you want it less strong, that's the flow rate of the water right there. This also, you have to put this on too. It's not on there when you get the unit. It's a pin. It's a pull pin. You pull out and that pops off. You can put it back on, push a pin back through, then you're good to go. As you can see, it clamps back down right there, which is something else that I'm getting ready to tell you guys about in just a second. Now, you'll see this hose that comes down to here. Now, this is what I really like about this unit is the quick disconnect. Like this. You just squeeze the disconnect. You see how that pop down? Just squeeze it and pop it off. Now, I'm going to let it stay on because I'm only doing it by one hand, and I would have to almost put the phone down and put it back. But that's your quick disconnect, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and put a propane tank on. Just give me a second. And it's imperative that you make sure you put the tank on correctly, because if you cross thread this thing, it will not work. So take your time and make sure you do it right. And you see I'm screwing it in. I screwed it in all the way past the threads. There's no threads. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and kick the unit. Now, before I kick the unit, because the water is going to be coming out the shower head, I'm going to turn this on low so it can keep water coming into it, because that pump will drain that water quickly. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and turn on the unit. I got it on high. Now, if you heard it ticking, if you didn't, I'll do it again for you. Give me 1 second. I'll do it again. All right, give me a sec. Okay. Let me make sure this is down, because I sprayed water all over the wall. Water and electricity, that's good together. Okay? Now, I'm going to do it again. You can hear the ticking sound. Just listen. And you should have heard it when it ignited. Now, it's getting hot on the side. All right. Now, what it's supposed to do, you're supposed to get completely hot here, hot to whatever you got your desired temperature. But if you would notice, I got a flashing light. And I'm going to explain that to you in just a second, okay? Now, we're going to go over here. And as you can see, you got your water. A nice, strong stream of water. Now, what this unit doesn't have that I've seen a lot of people complaining about was they said the unit didn't have a way to cut off the actual nozzle at the top. When you get through, you just gotta let it run water until you cut the unit off. But I came up with an idea, and here it is. I actually bought my own shut-off switch. And as you can see, when I shut it off, there it is. Shuts that off. Now hit it again, I can turn it on. Now let me explain something to you. Let me be very clear with you about this switch. When you turn this switch off, you better be getting ready to go ahead and get out the shower or whatever you're in and go ahead and turn this unit off. And the reason being for that is if you don't get out and turn it off, you could burn up your pump. Because what you're doing is the pump is raising up. If you would notice when I do that, the pump raises up how it's running, and it runs stronger because you stop the flow of water from coming through it. So it's like the pump is fighting against that. It's possible you could burn your pump up. So if you want to shut off switch on that, which I mean, be very careful with that. Make sure you shut it off. Make sure you're getting ready to go ahead and get out and turn the pump off, so it don't cause a strain on the pump itself. And I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be that difficult to find one of these pumps anyway. I mean, it's nothing but a regular little sub pump. You can probably find that anywhere. And just switch cords on it or something like that. But again, now let me shut this off. Well, no, not like that. That's the wrong way to shut it off. Put that back over there. When it does a good, you can take a nice little hot shower with that. Yeah, definitely. But I'm not going to shut it off by the switch. I'm going to shut it off by the actual unit. Again, we're about to get to why I was upset. So let me shut that off. Turn the water off. Okay. Now we're about to get to why I was upset about the unit. Now, if you notice the flashing light that I was just showing you on the unit itself, that flashing light is saying that it's indicating that my battery is low on the unit, is what it's indicating. But the battery isn't low because I let it charge up. And I got a brand new propane tank. And I also changed propane tank 3 different tanks, and it's still having the same issue. So the issue that this particular unit is having right now, I think I seen one person that was having something similar to this problem, and they tighten up their tank or something, their propane can or something to that nature, and it started to work. But with me, I tried that same thing, all the stuff she tried, it didn't work. So what's going on is it'll turn on, it'll get hot, 7 seconds later, it'll shut off. You see? It'll shut off. So I did a lot of the troubleshooting myself. I checked the tank. I also found that some of the paint inside the can was falling off inside of the regulator. I cleaned that out. I took a blower. I blowed the regulator out, because the regulator is made to compress the gas down. It's so the full punch of the gas is not coming through, because certain units are made for certain amounts of gas to come through. That's why if you got a gas stove and you want to run propane on your gas stove, you got to change the offer tubes on there as well. You got to change that because the flow of gas is different, which figuring you still probably going to need a regulator probably still on top of that, okay? So I tried everything in this thing, and the light was just still flashing, and I was very upset because it was fresh out of the box. It had never been used, touched, or nothing. It was just sitting there, never been used. And the first time I did ready to use it to get ready to do a review, then it wasn't working. Now, let me say this right here. I'm not by any means necessary trying to bash Mr. Heater whatsoever, because I have several other of their units, and they are some awesome units. I have the big buddy heater. I have the smaller buddy heater. I was getting ready to get the 360, I think they call it. It's something like that. He's all around. He's all around, and that was the next one that I had in mind to get. They have some really good products. Sometimes you just get a bad product. I mean, it could have been off assembly. I mean, that's why I tell people, and I said this in the last video, if you got a refurbished item, if your item is refurbished, you know that item has been tested, checked, and they know it was good before they sent it. With a brand new item, it's not being checked because it's brand new. They're going to send it straight out just like this. When I got this unit, it wasn't no water in it where they ran a test on it. No, that ain't the case. But nevertheless, it did not work. So I called Mr. Heater myself. I gave them a call, and the customer service was awesome. I didn't have to wait 6 days, listen to Christmas music, elevator music. I had to wait forever listening to that. Somebody picked right up. I talked to them. They gave me their direct line, and I needed to call them back, which I did because they were asking for a receipt, but it was so many months ago, I didn't have it. So I had to go back and through my, these are bank statements or whatever the case may be, to try to find it. And I found it. So the funny thing to me that I recognized was when we did the troubleshooting over the phone, the guy said, well, what's the serial number? And I gave him the serial number of the unit. After I gave him the serial number of the unit and he looked it up, he immediately said, I'm going to send you another one out. I thought that was odd. So I started thinking about it. And I said, well, maybe that's the purpose of these serial numbers, because they know what serial number that's having what problem. And that depends to what unit that's having that problem. And that means I'm not the only one that's had this problem before. Somebody else has had this problem too. So for them to immediately say, I'll replace it, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing me from Joe Blow Adam and thinking I could be lying. But they said they'll replace it immediately when I gave them the serial number. So it's good. It's a win-win situation. I hate to, have to go through it. So I was like, send me the packing information, the packing box and whatever, and I'll send this back. You know what I mean? So y'all can send me my unit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm ready to use my unit. Because I was trying to do my views. I want to see how high to really get. I think it's like 110. Somebody said 17, but it's 3 models of this thing. I have the in between, the middle model, the XW18, and there's another model before this that use D-cell batteries. Mine uses a rechargeable battery that's built in. The one with the D-cell batteries, it runs for a longer time before it shuts off, probably because it's a set of batteries, and when they run all the way out, they're dead. That's over with. You can't recharge those. But this unit on the battery, you can take a 30 or 40 minute shower. And better nobody ever get in my shower talking about taking no 30, 40 minute shower. It does not take that long. Shower, get out. When you want to take a long one, take a bath. You can sit in that water and let it get cold. Do that. I'm just saying. But again, their customer service was superb. So I asked him what he wanted me to do with the other unit, which I didn't get to that to tell you. He told me to keep it. I said, come again, what you say? He said, keep the unit, throw it away, do whatever you want to do with it. He said, we'll just send you a new one out. I said, cool. So, and before I throw the unit out, I am going to get somebody else that does that type of work, that deals with that type of thing, those propane units and stuff of that nature. I'll see when I get somebody to do that and take a look at it and see if it could be fixed or what's the problem. I am no way a propane expert or work on propane. I don't. I mean, I know how to check things out, and I can navigate and do troubleshooting and stuff like that. But when getting down to the nitty gritty of the system of propane, that ain't me. I'm a computer technician. I don't do that. I mean, I install solar, I do TVs, computer repair. I do not do that. Nope. So if it can be fixed, I'll give it a shot and see if it can be fixed. If it can, then I'll just take that unit and give it to somebody else that could use it. They could use it in an emergency situation. I mean, I know they could have used it when we had the ice storms down here, and we talking about these people here. Talking about their powers out. My power was out 4 hours. Man, please. Man, we had an ice storm and power was out over a week, 2 weeks. No power. Feeling bathtubs there with ice, trying to keep your food cold. And boy, look. A hot shower. Boy, talking about that would have came in handy back then. Yes, indeed. That would have came in handy. For real. So, I think it's one other thing I didn't show you on the unit. I'm going to show you that in just a second. But again, the customer service was excellent. I also had a bunch of gripes and complaints and comments, and that was saying something about to the tune that you had to pay $80, $85 when you send it back and all that old BS. And I was like, word. And I was like, man, I said, well, I just lost $226 because I'm not going to pay you $85 and I just pay you $226 to send this thing back to get it fixed. You should just be taking it in. But they did better than that. They said, hey, keep it. We'll send you a new one. But I really hope to find out what's wrong with this thing. And I can pass it along to somebody else that needs it. Or somebody that needs it that don't know they need it. There's a lot of people like that need something, don't even know they need it. And I definitely around the people around me close, I want to make sure they have what they need. Because if something happens, don't come over here trying to take nothing from me. I'm going to give, while I got a chance to give it to you, or you guys, under my free heart, that this situation happened. So I'm like, hey, let me pass this along to the next person. but they can use it. So if they got it and they got a hot shower, you got to be bothering me about my hot shower because I'm going to be taking mine by myself. Thank you. But again, Mr. Buddy, he's had excellent products and the customer service is excellent. I can't complain about that. I was disappointed that the unit did not work because I really wanted to do, I still did the review anyway, regardless, but when I get the unit in, I will be doing a second review on this unit and seeing how hot it gets. Yes, ma'am, I am. But it's another feature on this unit I want you to see real quick before I get out of here. So I'm going to switch it back over so we can do that. And we're back. Now, right here, this is the other thing I want to show you on the unit. If you take this off, it's a quick disconnect. When I was telling you multi-purpose, this thing also can serve as a sink. Well, if you take that off, this is what you're going to get. I'm going to turn this on. Now you got a sink. You got your sink where you can get regular running water. Just running water, clean your hands, wash dishes, whatever you feel like you want to do. That's nice. Wash your hands real quick. You can turn your flow rate down so you don't waste as much water. Well, there, I think I turned it up. Yeah, I did. But that's what that's for. And then you take that really neatly, snap it back out the way. How neat is that? Awesome. Awesome. And I mean, even though that issue happened, man, things just happen sometimes, man. You can't, that's the problem with folks. Folks don't give people no chance about nothing, and then they want all the chances in the world, and they want everything to be right for them all the time. And sometimes things just happen. It just got a bad unit. You know what I mean? I was upset about the fact that it didn't work, but I ain't mad at the company. Stuff happens. There's no way you're going to get out 100% of perfect items. It's not going to happen. They're going to have it's going to be some bumps in the road. And that's just like life. Life is going to give you bumps in the road. Just like life. Life going to give you bumps in the road. You can't expect everything to be perfect. Everything is not going to go your way. That's just not the way life works, okay? So, saying that as may, this is the Basecamp outdoor system. I have a new one on the way already. We're going to do another review when it comes in. But it's a really nice unit, as far as I can see. The only thing that I'm missing is the unit heating up the way it's supposed to, which they already going to take care of that. But it's a solid unit. It's good for multiple uses. And it's great if the power's out, especially if the power's out and you got electric tanks for people to have these electric tanks in their house, and which that's what I'm gonna carry because I believe in the electric tanks. That's just me, because I'm making electric. So if I'm making electric, I ain't really worried about that. So, but anyway, although it's 220, you still can do that. You can make that too. Ain't that big of a deal. Just put enough solar out there, you can make it happen. Like I said, for the people with the electric tanks, that's a good thing to have in your house, though, because that water only going to stay warm in that tank so long. Once it's not warm anymore and you ain't got no electric, the water's still going to come through, but it's going to be freezing. You don't have to take a cold shower. What's going to hurt? I mean, just leave the door open, the bathroom door, leave it open. Set the unit on the table somewhere on the side, out of the way, and turn the unit on. Take you a hot shower. Take you a hot shower. Get you a 5-gallon bucket. Take you a hot shower. Drop it in there. Take you a hot shower. Get on out. You're good to go with the electric on. And even if it ain't charged, you can probably get a battery. You probably can get one of those cigarette lighter plugs and get one of those ends and find the right proper voltage and plug that in. You can charge that junk up with a power station or in the car, whatever you want to charge it up with. Shit, you can take the battery out of it and put it on a battery charger and charge the battery up. I mean, not in that instance. If that's happening, you can't. But in that instance, you can get like a power station or something like that to that nature, and plug it up to a power station to the AC port. The easiest way is to do it that way. But the most efficient way is to get a car charger with that type of end on it with the correct voltage and plug it in. And you'll save a lot more, because just using the inverter alone, like the inverter on one of my power stations uses 9 watts. It just kills 9 watts just because it's running. You ain't even got to put nothing on it. It's killing 9 watts no matter what. That's just what it does. Let me see, was it 9? Let me see. Okay, the display was 1, and the USB ports was 1. So actually 7. It's using 7 watts no matter what. Just trying to get the right information. So saying that, as it may, I'm gonna get on out of here, y'all. Remember, make sure your items have multiple purposes. Do your research. Make sure you're getting a good item. I mean, I just happen to just get a bad one. Not that the unit is not a good unit. I just got a bad unit. It's all good though. I mean, when it comes in, I have a good one. And this is why I say all the time, check your stuff. If people buy stuff, oh, I got this, I got that. And then when something happens, then you pull it out, you don't know how to use it, for one. Secondly, it might be broke, just like this was. So I'm glad I went ahead and pulled it out to check it and see what's going on and do a review. Remember, guys, I need you guys to always prep and pray. Prep, pray, and handle your business, man. Mississippi Survival, and I'm out of this thing. Y'all have a good one.